Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Just gonna quickly review. We're gonna lump everything in together because we pretty much have a theme for most of these. Rotation zone 4 hour held. So you can see Neo came up to rotation zone and it held, turned back lower. That's why in the last videos we talked about moving your stop up or taking partial profits, at least moving your stop up. So any ads you did down here do not turn into losers if the rotation zone held. It clearly held. Also just revised some levels down here. Should it break to new lows? Not saying it has to, because it can still find support and continue consolidating instead of going back up. So, but if it does break to new lows, we watch for a return to 94.13, 84.50, and 74.87. NEM/XEM also went up to a rotation zone, couldn't close beyond it, dropping back down. Still no close below the 62.5 level yet, but if it does plummet, we'll be watching for 45.74. Then we have some support between 37.77 and 38.90. I revised these levels a bit from the initiating point, and then if that doesn't hold, 29.80, we'll be able to, if it does make new lows, also add in another GAN box. You'll want to go from this most recent swing high to the lows before the recovery bar. Checking in on Bitcoin Cash, also same thing. Rotation zone held, rotated back down, so you should have moved up your stops if you did buy anything down here. And now it's trading just below 62.5% retracement levels from the lows to the highs. If we continue down, 1057, 20, 966, 27, and 875, 35 are the next potential levels down. We'll be looking for bottoming patterns. Switching over to Bitcoin, same story, now trading below the 62.5. We talked about this cluster, the 84.88 to 85.37, clearly closed below it. Not a good sign right now for Bitcoin Cash, unless you don't mind it going lower, which if you took some profits or raised your stops, you know, and have also been lightening up, you don't mind, because you'll get to there'll be other trades at a lower level. Watching for a return to 79.60. If it does not hold there, next major area is 74.31 to 75.21, so essentially the 7,500 level, and then 69.02. Looking at Bitcoin Gold also below its 62.5% level. Has lower, watch for retest of 105, then 93.21, then 81.42 area. And again, you'll be able to refine these by drawing the GAN boxes 12 and 25 from these most recent highs to the new lows right before a retracement. And when that happens, if it does happen, we will show you a video of what exactly we're talking about. Switching over to Ethereum also holding right now at this very key cluster. We talked about 850 to 854. If it continues to break down, then we'll watch for 768, 705, and 643 for potential bottoming patterns. You can see it ran up again into the 4 hour rotation zone and rotated back down. Hope you're seeing how important the 4 hour rotation zone is. Switching over to IOTA. IOTA is a slightly different story. It triggered this double bottom pattern. Could not get up to the stop reduction 216. Stalled out at the 0.125 major retracement level. You can see there clearly. This pattern's still not stopped out. It's either got to have a close below this 169 level or a trade below 161 to officially stop out the pattern. If that happens, then we'll be watching for a return to 151, then 137, then 124. This did manage to get above the rotation zone, but could not get to stop reduction, and now heading lower like the other cryptos. Switching over to Litecoin. Litecoin managed to get above its rotation zone. You can see here. Then it pulled back to test it, could not rotate back up, and now back below it. We'll be really watching to see if this 136.60 level holds. If it doesn't, then we'd expect it to, especially on a closing basis, then continue lower. Did revise the levels from the last video about Litecoin. So the new levels are, if we get below the 113.98, we'll be watching for 106.44, 98.90, and then the next major one below that, if it should continue to drop, is about 82.07. Switching over to Monero. Monero did get above its rotation zone briefly, could not hold it, moving back down, now holding at this key 219.85 level. We're going to watch for a close below that. If it does close, then we'll be expecting some lower price action, a possible return to 196.40. Then our next major area now is 170 and then 143 should it continue down. It is holding this key level, so watch what it does. If it does get to the upper end, about 245 on the rotation zone, see if it can get a close back above there. That would be a good sign for Monero. Finally, over to Ripple. Ripple also pretty much closing dead on this rotation zone, then next candle closing back into it and then falling back down. Right now trading below 62.5 at this bar until not closed. We're really seeing if it does close below the 62.5% retracement level. So if it breaks down lower again, we're looking at 71.89, then 63.30, then 54.71. Now remember, all these cryptos could just go into a major consolidation and wait for the moving average or rotation zone on a daily chart. Let me just switch over to like Ripple on a daily chart. So if this does go into consolidation, then what we'll be watching for is what happens when this 8 EMA, and this is true on any of them, comes down and gets near the current price action, to see if the 8 comes down and pushes the price. We've covered that in other videos, where the 8 comes down and then all of a sudden price triggers lower. So if it does just sit here and chop around for the next day or so, keep an eye in any of these what happens when the 8 hits the price. For example, now it's switched over to Ethereum. So watch what happens. Ethereum's pretty close. So if this moving average drops a little more, let's see if that triggers the next decline. We've seen that repeatedly. You can see when things pull away, 8 catches up over here to the upside, then price moved up repeatedly. That's a pattern we've been watching for. And then, so now we can see if that's going to trigger the next move lower in all these cryptos. So watch that 8 on the daily. It's going to be very key. So what we have for you today, just wanted to give a quick run through. Pretty much it's just sit on the hands and wait for the next set of high probability patterns to set up to initiate other longs. We will talk to you soon. Bye for now.